Everything gone in. Everything gone. There, recording, done.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, my friend. I'm tired, fam. I'm tired, bro.
Bro, I feel you. But hey, when you're trying to make something for yourself, it's what happens, isn't it? It's what happens.
Yeah, man. How are you though? How are you doing?
You know what? I think I'm alright. It's been a bit of a tough one, I think, for a lot of people, isn't it? I don't know how you've been finding it.
Yeah, tough. Like during lockdown, it was tough. It was tough for me.
Yeah. It's this weird kind of point now, isn't it? It's like because obviously we're not completely out of quarantine and that kind of stuff, and coronavirus is still a thing and that. But it's weird because it's almost like, because I live in Easton. You know Easton, innit? Yeah. So I live in East, yeah. And when I tell you, I walk down the road certain times when the sun comes out and it looks exactly the same as last summer. It's like a middle ground, isn't it? We're not exactly out of corona and all this quarantine, but people act like it is, and it's, yeah. I don't know, I'm trying to keep to myself and do my thing, though, innit?
Yeah, it's the new norm, innit? The masks, the distancing, the
We're coming like Japan.
Bro, what? All of Asia, bro. All of Asia, fam. They've been doing this mask thing for quay. Like,
true.
That's the only thing. But at the end of the day, it's only like this whole vaccine thing is confirming and how they actually define these cases and stuff like that. That's the only problematic thing. And obviously we all know, well, this is just allegations that we make anyway, that the government are lying about certain things. So it's
bro, it's a sticky one, isn't it? It's a sticky one. Cause it's like, I don't think it's different. It's not different anywhere, is it? Everywhere, other than maybe Greenland, everyone's got a problem with their government. And then it's always about like how much you really know. Like you see all this stuff about deepfakes. You ever heard? You know about deepfakes and that?
Yeah, I've heard of it still.
Yeah, bro. As soon as there's even a 0.1% chance that something isn't true and you're not being told the whole truth, instantly, I don't know. For me, that's like, yo, I kind of gotta take everything with a pinch of salt or step back a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I try to stay out of all that kind of stuff. I said it sucks you in, innit? It sucks you in. And if you don't watch it, yeah.
Yeah, it's long, bro. It's long. But at the same time, we just got to deal with it and keep it moving from there. You know what I mean? So, always got to make sure just like health is good, family's good, money's good. Just those are kind of the main things we all have to actually get into, you know, not pay attention to more. So that's how it is. But yeah, episode 119. So
what? Hey.
Yeah, we're back out here, bro.
Man, you've been doing this for a while.
It's been
this for a while.
It's gonna be 3 years and 2 months. 2 months.
Jeez, man. You need to do something. You need to do something when like you get up to 4 years, 5 years. You need to
fam, I was meant to do the live show this year, but Corona said fuck off, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
Rona ain't feeling none of us at the moment.
Rona said, nah, you ain't doing your live show this year, bro. You ain't doing your live show this year, bro.
And here everyone thought that 2020 was my year. 2020 is my year in the bag. It's a myth.
I actually had that in my head, you know. Yeah, 2020 is my year, cuz.
Same, bro.
Things, but nah, bro. It's long, bro.
You know, it shines through. It shines through because, like, obviously you're still doing your thing. Like, I'm trying to do my thing, and I'm seeing all the people doing their stuff. And it sets people apart. The people that just talk, and the people that are actually doing for action. Yeah. I mean, not saying I'm about to get, huh?
100%.
Yeah. It's a weird one though, man. It's a weird one because it's like I'm completely self-employed now.
Nah, I'm still working.
Oh yeah? How's that?
Yeah, just back at the office. It's just a bit weird. It feels like a Sunday every day. But
oh, just one day.
Yeah, no, like I work 5 days of the week, but sometimes I do a Sunday. So but it feels like that because there's not many people in the office and everyone's still like at least 80% of the company is working from home.
Okay.
So I'm a part of the 20% that's just in the office and just, you know, just chilling really and kind of just getting the ground running for clients and stuff like that. So yeah.
How do you find that though, man? Because like obviously everybody that I see around me, anyone that I like meet and that kind of stuff, in some way, shape or form, they have an effect on me. I feel like that's the same for everybody. But like I just feel like I try to be a bit more aware of that fact, you know what I mean? So like, true say from when I first met you at Femi's thing, I knew that I was gonna have to either be in contact with you in some way, whether it be a podcast, whatever, that kind of thing. And obviously seeing other people in Bristol that are doing similar kind of things motivates me and that kind of stuff, innit? But like, I understand that people do their stuff differently. And that's what's kind of mad to me. Like, bro, for me, freedom's a big thing in it. So the idea of having like a 9-to-5 job and then also trying to follow my dreams in that, for me, I'm very much like, what's it called? Like opposite end of the spectrum. I'm never really in the middle. I'm either 100% in or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that has its problems, obviously.
Yeah, I've had that a little bit, but I've kind of that 10,000 hours makes you work out what's best for you, so that 9 to 5 can be like, it's not for everyone, but it can be you can do both. You know what I mean? It's only for the people that, like yourself, you have to be 100% in, 100% out, but some people can do both because they're like, you know what, to make it work, man's gonna just make it work. You know what I'm saying? So there's no excuses. So same way with you, no excuses. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day,
mindset. I love that.
That's it. Like a lot of people think like, oh, it's this and that, but at the same time, when you have a certain routine, it gets boring sometimes, and you got to change it up. Sometimes doing things can change it up. So at the end of the day, just make sure don't do it for the wrong reasons. Don't do it for what's trendy now. Just do it. Just do it for you, and then things will come. And you notice in the city when someone does something big and random, and if it's good, we'll support. Like, there's no holding back on that, especially whether it be like a food or what obviously what Femi's doing with Sunkist Youth and various other people.
Big up to him though. Big
Yeah,
up to him.
Man's in a different country and still working on that, you know. There's no excuses, fam. No excuses in the city. No excuses, bro. There's no excuses, fam. Like, and also we just have to be like very, especially with what's going on now, fam. Bristol's on the map.
100%. I love this place. I tell people all the time, I could write a list as long as the heavens, yeah, about why I love this place. But at the same time, like, other than the stuff that I like it for, there's just a feeling, you know what I mean? Like, I used to do door to door, and I used to travel all over the UK and that. Nowhere else, not London, not Newcastle, nowhere you could tell me I would feel the same way about Bristol. It's just a different vibe, and it's like, almost like, to me, it's like the whole of the UK in one place. You know what I mean? Everyone's love, everyone's always trying to big up everybody else, and that's my thing, man. I just want to be able to put that out there to people.
Yeah,
you know
that's what you know, a lot of us that do creative stuff, and we always go to London, and when we go to London, we're like, Bristol, and they're like, what, Bristol's popping? Like yeah, like we can make it popping, but there are points of like, we just have to work with what we got. So like, I think this summer kind of showed that, not summer, but what's going on, when we do stuff, it can be popping as long as we don't do crazy stupid shit. Like, that's the only thing. That's the only thing at the end of the day.
Well, it's mad that it's perspective. Like, I don't know how you find it, but like, because obviously when you're doing your thing, like social media, like, I was curious, I was going to ask you, like, what do you think about social media? Like, in terms of social media, how important is that for you?
Oh, it's like, it's probably my 100% access to the masses. But at the same time, it can be draining. So I've had to
detox.
Not detox, but I've kind of had to train myself, like, yo, don't touch your phone at certain times. That's your time. Discipline. Like, in the morning, the only time I look at my phone between the hours of 6 and 8:39 is only my alarm clock.
Fair dues, man. Fair dues.
I know it's weird. If it's not important messages that are on my phone, I'm not gonna pay attention to it. It's just like, bro, my phone is on do not disturb as soon as I get to work. Like, that's how I need, like, certain breaks and stuff like that. That's how I kind of train myself, and just easing off, like, not every time, but it just helps. what I'm saying?
It's
I bet
structure. It's
yeah,
structure and discipline.
it's
So
different
I'm
for you
trying
as
to
well,
learn.
though. It's different for you as well because you do best stuff. You do best stuff.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because like my head doesn't stop. It's always like my head's always busy, so I have to kind of give it stuff to do in it. But at the same time, it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like I don't like to stay in one place too long. It's like you might see me doing like a little bit of bits on like my YouTube channel for like a little bit, then you'll see something on something else. But bro, it's the same thing you're saying, man. It's tiring, differently.
Mm.
And when other people see it, yeah, because you're on what 119, you said, right?
Mm.
Pop. Yeah, 119 now. Other people are like, yo, this is sick, this is sick. They're not seeing every bit that's going behind it. You know what I mean?
Fam,
Every
fam,
long listen.
I just started a new show on the platform. It's that's like separate. It's on the pod, but it's like a different setup for the show. Like it's completely
Diversifying your
different.
things. Yes,
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
just
I love that.
diversify,
Love that.
and it's like it kind of gives a new setup for what I can do per se.
Yeah,
So it's not
yeah.
just a podcast setting. It's not just talking. It can be like a new structure. Like it just be quick, easy, or something like that. So it's training. It's training. Like you have to train yourself. You have to make sure and also when it comes to like certain things, inspiration is one of the main things for us, like as creators, as what we do.
Yeah.
Brother, doesn't happen instantly. Like it takes a long time, and as soon as it comes, just make sure it happens, isn't it? So at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. But that's the same mindset, don't it? That's what I'm talking about. That's what's sick, and that's what I love. Yeah, like my whole thing at the moment. It's like not to go off a little bit, but through quarantine and that, especially at the start, I said I think a lot of people had to look at themselves, really look at themselves in it. I
100%.
definitely caught that. Definitely caught it. And I feel like I don't know. I kind of do a bit of understanding with myself, where I'm like, if I just stay curious about everything, and like whether it be people's stories, whether it be literally anything, religion, all this kind of stuff, yeah. If I'm curious about everything, then it's like, I'll never get caught off guard, and B, it's like, I don't know, I'd like to think that I'd be able to understand other people better. If I can understand other people better, I can understand myself a bit better. And that's that
100.
whole like self kind of working on type stuff. I'm just curious, bro. What did you have any like lessons, that kind of stuff from your kind of quarantine?
I kind of just had like a little like test of myself, like what I can do per se, in the
Yeah.
sense of, because I took a month off the pod. I had to sort out myself in like finances, work, and
What
everything
you
else.
doing it like regularly? Like how regularly we uploaded?
I was doing it every week. So
That
imagine,
doesn't sound that long to most other people, but like
yeah,
especially you knowing like what it takes to upload a video and do the video and organize all this stuff. One a week still, it's a lot, bro.
it's a
Jeez.
lot. It's a lot, and it's not. You know what I mean? It's kind of, before it was every 2 weeks. Now it's every week since one thing happened. Like one thing just motivated me to be like every week. Haven't stopped since. It's been 2 years. It's been literally 2 years. I have not missed a Christmas or New Year's episode. Like,
Whoa.
it's been 2 years, and it's gonna come up to 3 as soon as we get to obviously the New Year's and that. But I have not missed a certain episode like that, I think, if I'm correct. But like, I'm still on it, you know what I mean? Even though I'm like, sometimes you'd be like, I get what you like. For you, like, you'd be like, do stuff early and then edit. It'll be long hours, but at the same time you can enjoy like maybe a little holiday. You still have content coming out. It's set it up,
Yeah.
and it's like that for me. Like sometimes, like while I'm in outside Bristol, like I'm in London or whatever, and I'm there to like chill vibes. Man just records an episode over there, and I'll edit while I'm at my hotel room or in my Airbnb. I'll edit and upload it, fam. Like before I literally touch the rave. Like the upload time is
I
at,
love it, it's free. It's free. Yeah, you're
fam,
doing what you want to do and
fam.
what you want to do.
The upload time's at the club starts at 9. I'll upload at least by 10:30 and then reach there by 11. Like that. That's how it is. That's how I've had this whole thing of making content early or doing things. I remember a time, yeah, I used to do 2 episodes a week. That was for like only 2 weeks though. I did 4 episodes in 2 weeks.
And then like how long would each of those episodes be?
So maybe an hour, 45 minutes, maybe 2 hours plus.
And then edited on top of that as well.
Yeah, edit videos, edit clips, edit all of that, bro.
The madness, man. It's the madness. This
You
is what I'm saying, yeah. Like we're chatting now, yeah, and we both have that mutual understanding of like what it takes being like a creator, that kind of stuff, yeah. And like you're telling me, like, or you say to me, oh, this video will be like an hour long. In my head, I'm understanding it as like, okay, so this guy would have shot a video for like more than an hour, maybe even double that, and have to cut that down to an hour just so it's like something that people can stay focused on. There's so much that goes into it.
Yeah,
bro. I just appreciate it, man. I just appreciate it. Mad love.
Yeah, now you've been doing bits as well. I've seen like what you did, the modeling thing. You did like the YouTube stuff. I watched some clips. Obviously you've done.
I'm still learning. Like
yeah,
it's still very foundation level.
When I met you, then I've been obviously watching from a distance and just showing love whenever. And and obviously you had a little trading thing at one point. I don't know if you're still doing that.
Yeah. I know, man. Like, because this is what I'm saying. Like, I like that. I take on a lot of stuff, even though I know that it's probably a bit too much at certain times. But I have to have plates spinning. But then it's one of them ones. It's hard because like I probably should have. I've kind of stepped out of it a little bit now. Not because it's anything bad or nothing like that. It's just like it doesn't make too much sense for me to be doing that at the moment. And sometimes that's the hardest thing. I'm a perfectionist with my stuff, and I think a lot of creators are. So whether it be in whatever you're doing, it's this weird thing of like it's hard to let go, and like learning to let go of something, even down to putting up a video. It's mad.
It's scary out here, man. It's scary. Scary, fam.
But nah, it's bits like this, man. It's the shared love. It's the shared love that keeps you going. And
of course, love, because when I remember when you said you were doing like all obviously the YouTube, and I remember you like showed me like YouTube and modeling stuff. I was like, cool. And then you said about trading. I was like, okay. And then obviously on top of that, which is cool, but isn't there a certain like perception of people that do forex trading and stuff like that? And you were like, should I even be doing this because it's a bit fishy? Because when you can tell with like certain people in it, like certain people or certain lifestyles and whatever they're doing, and then they're like, these men are literally wearing turtlenecks to say they give you financial advice and all them things. They're like, fam, like you haven't even made your own business. Like you're just there at Canary Wharf chilling, bruv. Like, because it's the financial district. You're just chilling, fam. Man's chilling at a Starbucks at Canary Wharf thinking he's gonna be a millionaire, bruv. Like, come on, bro. Like, no disrespect. It's a motivation thing, but you know what I mean?
No, 100. Nah, bro, it's all about perception, isn't it? It's all about perception. And it's like, I think, because, so I did door to door before that, before I started doing the trading stuff, innit? And the trading thing that I was doing was very similar to that. Because when I was doing the door to door stuff, it was how a lot of people might call it pyramid scheme. And well, I mean, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck, isn't it? But same way, it's like there's very real potential to make peas of.
Oh,
like, very, very real. But it's one of them kind of things where it's misunderstood because it's such a widely accessible thing at the moment. But with anything that's widely accessible and starts off good, need to work at it. And a lot of people, they think it's something easy. Again, maybe it's more because like the representation of the people that are actually doing well kind of like portray and put out there. But then people start thinking, oh, it's piss. It's not. Well, I mean, it is, but it's not. It's for different people. Some people are good at maths, some people aren't. It's all about like trends and that kind of stuff and predicting stuff. You gotta be patient. That's what it is. Because 100%. Bro, more time you can lose a lot more than you gain. So you gotta be careful with it. That's why, as I said, like I wasn't bad at it. In fact, I was starting to get good. But it's more like on the long run, I'm doing a lot of stuff already in it. In terms of other people, trying to do it, you just have to think for yourself, innit? It's one of them ones. I think so many people nowadays kind of, not even so many, everybody, even I do it, you do it, everybody does it, innit? Like you, rather than getting the first-hand information yourself, it's because it's easy to get other people's point of view or like experience. But the problem with other people's point of view and experience is that's their point of view and experience. You see what I'm trying to say? It's a weird one. It's like, I think something that people should look at and try. Because it's more, or even if you don't try it, just to look at it and understand that there's more than just one way to make money and be successful. Because, gee, like even what you're doing, right? People look at what you're doing on YouTube and they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's sick. And he's probably making peace from it, or like he's going to go somewhere from it. But they might not feel like it's as easy for them to do it as it is for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had that feeling. I think we all had that feeling at one point.
Oh, yeah. Bro, when I talk to you, man, because I was thinking about doing a podcast. I like to chat to people and I like people's stories. But then I chat to you and I was like, oh, sick. Check out your stuff. I was like, bro, man, set up his thing properly. Jeez. Because even down to this stuff here, yeah, like, once I saw how properly you done your thing, yeah, and other people as well, it's one of them kind of things, like, I wouldn't say it's competitive in a negative way, but it's like, I was like, okay, so this is the bar, and I kind of want to get up, and I don't know. But that's a testament to you, bro.
That's the thing, though, like, bro, like, this whole thing didn't come overnight. Like, we don't create 119 episodes because of whatever. Like, man did this because I listened to podcasts before they even popping, and I was like, you know what?
Sorry, but let me see if I can turn you up real quick.
Yeah, it's all good. Like, I wanted to like, let me turn up my thing. But like, yeah, I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to do it, like, just wanting to, if you know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, like, fam, it's not, it is easy, but it is hard. Like,
it's one of them ones.
That's one thing I'm gonna say as well. Like, it's easy, but it's hard. Like, at the end of the day,
There's no other way to explain it.
Yeah.
There's no other way to explain it. And when you say that to somebody, they'll be like, what? But that's the only way to put it down.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man.
100%.
I was stalking your Instagram earlier on. You went to watch Tenet.
Bruv, Tenet, yeah.
I haven't seen it. I saw the advert a little while ago, yeah. Bro, don't give me no spoilers, yeah. But I said, I'm all about the whole, like, want to make your mind go mad. Love it.
Fam, when I first started, I was like, all right, cool. It's all right. Then it started getting confusing. I said, what the fuck is this? And then I got it like when I was confused. Then I got it, and I was just following it, like, making sense. And it made sense, but it was like, so much things can go on in the film. So much things go on in the film that if you don't engage your brain and pay attention, you will lose it. And I think the film does it very well in a sense of what, like, the whole concept of it is crazy, in a sense of it's like a magic. I wouldn't say it's a magic realm, but it's like it's another realm within a realm. Like, it's Inception.
Yeah.
But it's reverse Inception. If you have to watch the film, like,
okay,
you have to. It's Inception, but reverse. Like, you have to watch it to make sense of what I just said. You have to watch it.
Okay, I feel you. Cause I watched the advert as well, and it's like, cause I just did a bit of a refresher for myself before, like, obviously coming on here with you, and I was like, it started off like bare slow in that, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing cars like driving, like time going backwards, then forward, then stuff hasn't happened yet, but it's happening and it's gonna happen, bro. I can't lie, I was gonna turn off the advert, and then I was like, oh, what? Hold on, bro. I gotta check it. I got like a bit of a Lucy kind of vibe from it.
Yeah, just go on your ones. Like, yeah, I don't think you can go with someone, but as long as they're an actual movie goer, like, you have to pay attention to it, if you know what I'm saying. But if you go by yourself, you kind of just can concentrate and suck it yourself in the full. So yeah, I'm happy that they never made it on like 4D, 3D, whatever them things are, because that would have ruined the film.
Too much at times.
I think it would have ruined the film, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the 3D stuff would have ruined the film. I think just watching it in 2D, but it just in a clear saying. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, where you can actually fully take in it.
Yeah.
Give me a rating out of 5. Give me a rating out of 5.
I'd give it a 4.
Okay, but what's your rating of a 5? What's like a 5? Just so I can gauge
5.
What's a 5?
Obviously, the Endgame Avengers is 5. Like that's no capping, and we all know that.
Okay, all right.
Batman
Jeez,
Dark Knight.
bro. Woo! Okay.
Batman Dark Knight is a 5, like a straight 5. We all know
Okay,
that.
all right. I can see that you
I
have
could say,
a very accurate.
I could say like 3. I could say like a 3.5, 3.7 out of 5.
Yeah.
4 is just rounding up and pushing it, but I think for everyone to have an actual discussion on it, you would have to everyone watch it to make sense.
Yeah.
Because I think if you don't watch it and everyone else is talking about it, you will not.
Yeah.
You'll be curious.
It's like that whole Game of Thrones type thing. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, of course.
I watched it like I watched it at the start of season 5. So people already gassing it. I tried to watch it like 3-4 times, but it starts out slow, doesn't it? So I was like, no, bun this. It took one time. I was caught and that was it. But then it's like, it's a weird kind of thing, isn't it? When like, you're the only person that knows what's going on and you're trying to explain to people and they're like, you're frass. They're looking at you like you're son.
Yeah. It's same with like other shows like How I Met Your Mother. One of my favorite.
Bro!
It's
probably one of my favorite. Oh my god, bro!
Sick show.
I literally went and watched back the whole season, the whole series.
If people know how sick that show is, bro. Oh god, like How I Met Your Mother. What was the Big Bang Theory? One of the best shows as well.
Sheldon, listen, bro.
Bazinga.
I love it. You know what it is, yeah? Because those 2 shows are like them ones, yeah, where it's literally just people living in it. And especially How I Met Your Mother, like watching it back again the most recent time. I love it because it's like you can take so much from it. It's almost like when you're watching it, you can see a bit of yourself in every single one of these characters. And as they're growing and developing and learning and stuff like that, and becoming
I feel about that on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
You think you relate more to Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, just because just feeling like a nerd and shit. Like that's like I feel like that's my world. Like when you feel like a nerd.
We're about to get into it, bro.
Yeah.
Do you watch anime and all that? You do?
Yeah. But like when I feel like a nerd, yeah, I feel like I'm so weird to the world. So I think everyone that does certain things that are creative or that do cool things, to most people or normal people, or just normal working people in general, they're weird. But but fam, like you're entertained.
The word eccentric, apparently. The word
eccentric. Yeah. Or like it's not bipolar, but like it's like dual personality type of thing. Yeah. As well.
I feel like everybody's on the spectrum of something on some way, shape, or form. It's just that I feel like obviously we attach like words and titles to stuff to make it easier to like point out and explain that. But then we'll also attach like negative and positive connotations and stuff like that as well. So again, I'd consider myself a nerd. Like, I don't know how you got into it, but a lot of times it's like a bit of an escape when you're younger, that kind of thing, and then it just stays with you. And people look at you like, oh, you watch cartoons and you watch. Oh,
bruv, run the Cartoon Network, bruv. Run that, bro. What?
Listen,
Nickelodeon, run that. Nickelodeon, run that. Toonami, run that. What?
Listen,
everything. Fox Kids when it was popping, run that. Run
Jetix, remember Jetix?
What? Jetix,
bro. Come on, bro. It's so sick. Honestly,
our childhood was sick. Our childhood cartoons was
100%.
We didn't appreciate it at the time, but now if you look back here, the kids, the generation now, don't understand that we used to just enjoy life with small things, the smallest things. Fam, we didn't have iPhones.
We're probably the last generation to like have all that kind of stuff. Now it's all technology, computer,
but
that kind of stuff. It's
cool. I remember we all had this point of having just like 5 channels. Yeah. These kids won't have that. At least 80% of the children now will have we'll have like Sky News and all those things.
All of this. I was
Bro,
talking to
all we needed was
little
channel 1
brother's
to
friends.
5, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's nuts. Because this is why it's interesting to me to like talk to most of the people that I hang around with tend to be like much older than me, innit? Like people tend to call me like an old head or something like that. It's just like, I don't know. I love to see the comparison between times. So my best friend's granddad, he's like 70 or something. He was telling me about it the other day, and he was like, like nowadays, you guys don't understand how different it's gone. It's like, just give you perspective on how old Bossman is, yeah? His dad must have died, like, I think it was on the last week of World War II or something like that. And it's like, this how long ago? And all this kind of stuff that we look at and take for granted, even me and you, because as we said, like, we had like quite a growing up that didn't have all this kind of stuff that's going on, you know what I'm saying? But they had nothing. And then you'll see all these like Starlink satellites and that. Bro, how long? And it's only been like the last 50 years.
Fam,
You know what I mean?
like,
Not change.
the fact that after the world created the internet, everything's changed.
Connectedness was just different.
Yeah,
was just
connecting's different. Like, it's just everything. A lot of the things that we do is like wireless, internet based, and Bluetooth. Bruv, remember back in the day, man had to use LimeWire, bruv, just to download songs. Fam, Bear Share and all them things there. We don't. Bruv, the kids nowadays, they only need Spotify, bruv, or like iTunes and all this other shit. We have to
try
download.
Not to get stuck into it though, because it's easy, bro. It's easy.
Bro,
I had to go camping the other day.
Bro, we have to download songs to put it in our phones. Now we can have songs on our phone straight away.
Oh, bro, do you remember the thing, where like the radio will be playing and you just hold your phone next to the radio and start recording a song?
Especially, especially when you had to just for a ringtone, just record the tape quickly. Make sure, big man, don't say anything, bro. That quick 30 seconds.
BlackBerry? Did you have a BlackBerry?
Yeah, BlackBerry was popping.
Y'all are lucky, man. I was like a kid, that had the Nokia slide up thing. Or like
I had the teardrop. You know the teardrop one.
The
Nokia teardrop.
Is that the one that slides up like that?
No, it was just a big Nokia teardrop thing.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
It looked like a shell. That Nokia one, I had that. I had the slide. I had
And you were gassed. You were gassed.
Yeah, I thought I was cool, bruv. I didn't have a Walkman. I had a Motorola slide.
Bro.
I had a flip phone. But yeah, that's about it. And then obviously BBM and iPhone, I had that. And
Yeah. Bro, it's mad. It's mad. When I'm telling you, I feel old. Like, how old are you now?
I'm 27.
Oh, mad. I'm 22. Well, 21. I'm 22 in November.
Backside, Jesus.
Yeah.
Are you them, bro?
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying, isn't it? Like, I tend to hang around with people older than me just because it's like, a lot of my family, so I'm like one of 9. So a big family in it, but then a lot of them are older. So I kind of just end up hanging around with them. Then once I'm now going to school, education, finding my own friends, that's just been the natural kind of slide of things. Because then even in the same way, like we're here chatting about the same kind of things about growing up in that. Realistically, you're like 6 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? That's almost a whole generational gap.
Yeah.
Yet still I'm still able to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But bro, life's just mad. I don't know. It's that thing, though, isn't it?
Struggle's different. Everyone's got to struggle different, but at the same time, a lot of the stuff that we're doing now changes a lot of things, bro. So the way that, like, the way that's going on now, not the pandemic, but what's going on with like the whole Black Lives Matter movement and stuff like that. Like, fam, we've just seen, if people don't know, a guy by the name of Jacob Blake got shot in the back 7 times outside his car in front of his kids. Like, bro, like, and then for the whole country to say the next day that do entertainment, which is basketball, sports, and everything else, saying, now we ain't having this. Walk out, stop, boycott, so forth. Like, fam, our generation's starting to change, but the way my age group and stuff like that, I would say my generation in that age group.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro.
It's starting to change it. We're trying to make sure that this ain't happening. This ain't happening, bro. Like, whether it be because knowing me myself, I've been in but while I'm growing up, I've lived in 3 different countries.
Oh,
So
bro.
two different religions. So seeing a lot of things just made me think, all right, cool, this, that, and the fourth. I'm privileged that I got to see a lot of things in a young age and have a different perspective compared to people that live here. Because you know what I'm saying, no one. If people ask me, oh, where are you from? I'm like, obviously Philippines, but I used to live in Saudi, then obviously the UK. So I have a broader, and I've been to other countries. I've lived in, holidays and stuff like that. I've been to other countries just because of obviously financial privilege and various other things like that. So at the end of the day, make sure you're humbled and don't take advantage and educate yourself. And luckily enough, that's what my age group's trying to do. Like, we had a discussion about this before, like with a few of my friends, like, bro, we're trying to literally like make sure this ain't Guanin again. Like, if people were at that first protest in Bristol, where they took down the Colston statue, I was there obviously, and one of the speech people that was talking, like saying their speech about before actually doing the protest, like in College Green, was like, Bristol's different. We don't run things around here like that. And when the woman said that, bro, and she said, listen, we've got these few kids that are going to be reading out the names that were, that were a part of police brutality, because we're tired. Their parents are tired of this. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think this whole generation that we are in now, in the next 10 years, hopefully, this shit's banned, or this will be a law. Like, if anything, you're going to jail. Racism goes to jail, like, straight away. Like, there's no capping on that. And just fighting for it. We just have to keep fighting to a degree, but at the same time, just hopefully just lessons as well. And because
100, man, 100. Like, the structure of society is so fickle at the moment. Like, everything's just on like a knife's edge before it falls over. And I know a lot of people are like scared and worried about it. And at one point I was, but I said, like, after this whole quarantine thing, the result of it is this almost like, I found this almost level of like peace and calm within myself, understanding that the world goes regardless of what we do or what we care about, what we want to do. You know what I mean? And it's almost like peace and chaos are both the same, like the same sides of the same penny, if you know what I mean? And it's been mad, and it's been obviously this, like, especially with the Black Lives Matter stuff, but obviously it's not just that. Like, the world's just been going haywire for a while, but I feel like it's kind of had to get this bad for people to really be like, okay, come on now, guys, come on.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people have had to engage their brains.
Yeah.
The fact that, this year has been definitely a year of enlightenment for a lot of us.
That's the word. That is the word, bro. That's the word.
Yeah, it's 100% fact. And the way that everything is going, especially in a sense of, as soon as we see, it's weird though that it kind of gets numbing. Like, we're so used to it now. It's really the weird problem now.
Yeah.
I think we're in that weird stage of, why are we getting used to seeing this, and why doesn't it hurt as much? But
100%.
And there are people out there that will speak about it online, but not actually do it in real life and have those real life conversations. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'll happily have a good discussion like that with my parents when that type of topic comes up, and put my mind through it, because, fam, they don't experience what I've experienced, bro. Like
that's all another thing, isn't it? Parents, like, obviously you said 27 now, isn't it? Like, I don't know how, like, so obviously, like, I'm Jamaican, so both my parents are Jamaican, like, the whole family's Jamaican as well. So it's like, actually, I just got my British citizenship fully sorted out yesterday. What, bro? I'm so gassed. But at the same time, it's taken 20 years, bro. 20 years.
Fam, it's long, bro. It's long. It was a lot, especially when you get older, it gets harder.
Yeah.
Gets
Yeah.
harder.
I'm lucky though. I'm lucky, man. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
My Marge, honestly, I don't know how she does it, bro. Mom's are something else because I wouldn't even be here being able to do any of this kind of stuff if it wasn't for her. And but it's not to digress. What was? Can I just change the topic, my brother?
Yeah, no, go on. Just go on, bro.
Yeah,
Free flow it. Go on.
yeah. But well, while I'm on it, bro, like, how much do you know about like the whole naturalization process?
I think I've been through that before, but I can't remember too tough. It was a bit. I had it when I remember getting my my British citizenship when I was 16.
Oh,
So
raw.
yeah, so I was
Right.
I was quite young, and I was privileged at
Yeah,
that
yeah,
time. It was a bit more easier compared to now.
yeah, yeah. Of course, of course. Were you coming from some place from somewhere in Europe?
No, I was coming from Saudi, and then
Okay, yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I think I was coming from Saudi, then came to the UK, but I wasn't living in Bristol. I was living in London and West Sussex. So
See,
I was living
see.
around there, and then obviously I didn't know anything until I got to Bristol and that was happening, and people had to pay.
Mm,
Bro, the money was mad, but at the same time,
mm,
it had to be done because at that times visas don't work as much as an actual passport. So
exactly,
you know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. I think because even going through it, like, it's a weird one of like, as you're going through it, the longer you go through it, the more you realize that, especially for like an ethnic minority, the odds are stacked against you, almost as though they don't want you in the country. You know what I mean, no matter who you are, no matter how nice you are, no matter what contributions you give, whatever, it's long. Yeah. So it's hard to. I can't lie. It's hard to feel too gassed sometimes. But at the same time, I understand what it means. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Now I can travel that kind of stuff. I can go all that. Yeah, I'm gassed. I can't lie, man. But as I said, like the structure of society, all this is very fickle and it needs to change. And
yeah.
it's one of them ones where,
Everything, like a lot of the things that need to be changed. Like we need to. Hopefully the next generation that's going to be studying this, that's the only thing. I think that's what Femi always like said. I think we had a conversation about when George Floyd passed, that whole
mm,
movement started. Like we made a episode about it, and it was like obviously changing the education system, actually
mm,
making sure that, yo, educating ourselves more time, not just not
mm,
just the kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of us that are not black will not
mm,
will not
mm,
experience unless we educate ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And
boom, boom,
I'm luckily enough, some people don't need education. They have actual common sense that, yo, this is wrong, this shouldn't be it.
mm,
Like I've heard stories of people being living in another country since they were young, and they weren't treated different. They were different,
mm,
but they weren't treated different. They were just one of the people them. Like
yeah.
a person like that would be I don't know if you know White Yardie.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know what.
Man,
Yeah, of course.
bro, man's British.
Sick.
Man's
Bro, you know
British.
there's like a whole base like town of just white people in Jamaica.
Yeah,
It,
but
like, you see how same way it's been segregated, like, or same way, same
yeah,
way.
but bro, man, guy is British, bro. White
Yeah.
British. He's not Caribbean white.
Oh, oh, raw.
No,
Oh,
his
I
dad,
thought.
his mom and dad are British, and his dad loved yard music and just went to live in Jamaica and lived there. I'm not too sure if that was correct, if that's correct, because I listened to him in an interview
That
on
sounds. It sounds like it makes more sense, I guess.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but he grew up in Jamaica. Like he knows yard music and he knows a man's
By the
over
dialect and the
30,
accent, just
bro.
showing it. Yeah.
Yeah, it just
Oh,
and he wasn't and he said he wasn't even treated different. He was just and every time he saw white people, he's like, look at the white people there. You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
exactly.
But he's white. So
Nice. It
everyone's
just goes to show though, man. Like these boundaries now that are set up, they really are literally just words. That's it. It just gets carried on and it gets convoluted. Like I was doing a bit of, like I'm super interested in basically everything, past, future, all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
mm,
I was looking up like the origins of basically where this whole disparity between black and white people came from. Do you know the Spanish Inquisition?
Yeah.
That's where it all started. Basically, it's
I've been
propaganda.
saying that for years, bro.
Propaganda. It started with an idea, just being like, oh yeah, no, these people are this, these people are this. Yeah, and it started from that, from just a little bit of hearsay, a little bit of word of mouth, turned to something that's so big and so.
It's religion as well,
bro. You know what? Like, I was raised like super Christian, right? And I still believe that there's some kind, there's something, yeah, there's some kind of higher power, so whatever it is, but things aren't just as simple as they seem in my mind.
100%.
But more and more, I kind of look at it and I'm like, religion brings a lot of good at times, but certain times I wonder, like, if it brings more bad than good. You know what I mean? Because then it's basically people. And it's not to stamp on any kind of religion. I do genuinely believe that they're amazing things, and like I'm trying to like learn more about Buddhism and all as many kind of religions as I can. The idea is the more I know, the better I'd be able to have my own opinion on it. If not.
Have an actual conversation without being threatening or belittling. Yeah.
But then same way, bro, like when you really, really break it down, essentially what it is people that have a view on something that cannot be challenged. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's everybody, because I've talked to some like really devout Christians that are very open and understand that the world isn't like how it was before. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying it's everybody, but same time, like, have you ever had an argument with somebody, yeah? And no matter what you say, it's almost as though it's just dismissed. You know ones? Boom. I was watching a Louis Theroux documentary. You know Louis Theroux?
I've heard that though. I haven't watched the documentary though.
Go on Netflix. He's got like a whole like playlist of like quite a few of his little documentaries that he's done. Mad. But then like the thing that makes him special is that he will just directly cut straight to you. You know what I mean? You'll be like, he was talking to a religious person and he was like, okay, like, I think it was like a cult or something like that. And he was like, okay, so this is how you're feeling. You realize that this is this and this is clearly wrong, right? And when you see these people get caught out on their shit so straightforward, if you know what I mean, that they can't answer it. They're like, well, this is what I believe. Da, 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 da. And at that point, you see just how much they really don't. And it goes down to, like, as you were saying before, as you were talking about with Femi, it's about the kids, man. Because then you see these kids being raised in these cults and stuff like that, which essentially isn't that different to people just being raised in the world anyways. Because once someone has
it's just more isolated.
Boom. Exactly. Bro, I don't know. I just think, as I said, this is what I'm saying about being curious, rather than just like sticking to guns on one thing. Like, cool, you might be Christian, that's great. But that doesn't mean that that's the be all and end all. Even if in the end, when everything's said and done, it is cool, but it's not going to hurt you to at least look at other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think everyone that's a part of this, what's going on in racially now, that's a part of it, bro. Like, have an actual curiosity and look up shit, bro. Like, that's it. Like, I don't know if you know about this show on Instagram, IGTV. Yeah, it's called Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man, and this guy actually has conversations with white people, and they ask questions about certain actual things. Like, imagine he had a family on, and one of the children said, "Do you fear white people?" Or something like that. I believe it was that. But and he was like, "I don't fear you. I'm very cautious of you, because of what's going on beforehand." So he had to like describe like certain things in front of children, by the way, that are like probably early secondary school, year 7, maybe just finishing primary. Like,
but kids are a lot more perceptive than we let on, man. I feel like you should be talking to kids like they're adults.
Yeah, bro. Like, actual, like a certain age, you definitely have to have actual, like, treat them like kids. That's
Exactly.
100% fact. But
Yeah, yeah.
when there's a certain age of like curiosity about things, especially around that year 5, year 6, you kind of have
Mm,
to like show them like this world is
mm,
different. And
100%.
like I know
100%.
I know when my kids, if they are racially ambiguous, I will have to teach that, or show them that these people, there are people like this, there are people like that.
Mm,
Maybe
mm,
get them on reading, maybe watching certain things. I think
mm,
a lot of kids digest a lot of stuff mainly
exactly.
visually a lot more. So
Mm,
I think certain documentaries are very great, and having them, I think that's one thing in my parents that gave me like um actually me just sitting there while they're having conversations,
mm, mm.
like whether it be gossip or just about life or whatever. Man
No,
just sits there
100%.
man just sits there and listens. I'm
That's
I'm
it. That's
I'm
it. People
I'm
talk too much. People think they listen. They think they listen.
yeah,
And I'm
but
not saying, because I do the same thing. Everybody's guilty of it, but there's a difference between listening and like wanting to learn, if you know what I mean,
yeah,
and understand something.
but that wanting
Like,
to learn, that wanting to learn is not you not you. It's it's for them, but you kind of have to just it's everyone's it everything's designed differently for everybody in it.
yeah,